Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with creamy corn custard. A really easy, incredibly delicious, sweet, creamy, rich, corny treat. So let me show you how to make this. You're going to take 2 cups of corn kernels. I'm using frozen. Feel free to shuck some fresh corn. It's delicious with fresh corn, but the frozen works good too. I'm going to add 1.5 cups of cream, all right, some salt, and some cayenne. This recipe doesn't need much because it's so just inherently perfectly delicious. All right, over medium heat, bring that to a simmer. So as soon as that comes to a simmer, we're going to turn that off. And we're going to add 1/2 cup of cold milk. And that's going to cool the mixture down just slightly. We're going to go over to our blender and carefully pulse it on and off till it starts to puree. And then just completely liquefy it on the highest setting you have. You want it really smooth. Be careful when you blend hot stuff, especially soups and things like that. It'll come flying out the top and scald you, and you'll try to sue somebody and it won't work because in the fine print in the manual it said don't pour hot soup in there. Anyway, be careful. In another bowl I have some egg yolks and whole eggs. Very important, the ingredient amounts with the egg, so check out the site, get the ingredient amounts. We're going to whisk that up, and then I'm going to do something called tempering the eggs. Temper the eggs means add slowly a little bit of the hot liquid, whisk it up, add a little more, whisk it up, so you're gradually bringing the eggs up to temperature. If you just dumped all that hot corn mixture in there, it would scramble, and you would have a different recipe. All right, so we're going to pour that all in, finish our whisking, and then we're going to portion this out in some buttered 6-ounce ramekins. And yes, you need these glass, porcelain, whatever they are, ramekins. I'm using these. You're on your own if you use something else. All right, fill those up. Make sure they're even. See if one's got too much, just steal it and give it to the other one. All right, be fair with your corn custards. Now, before this goes in the oven, very important, we're going to fill it halfway up with hot tap water. Boiling water, not necessary. Just get some hot tap water. That's going to go in the oven at 325 for between 30 and 35 minutes or until just set, just firm. All right, like any kind of custard, you don't want to overcook. The eggs will kind of get grainy and it won't have that beautiful, smooth, creamy texture. So just firm to the touch. We're going to take those out, let them cool a little bit. All right, you can eat this hot, you can eat this warm, you can eat this room temperature. So I'm going to let it cool down just a hair. Go around the edge with a knife. And then I'm going to flip it over to unmold it, which is optional. You can totally serve it in the ramekin, which is easier. Let me take a couple bites of this. Unbelievably light, really sweet, rich tasting, but not heavy. Now, because this is smooth and just luscious, I love it as a side dish for things like barbecue, something that has some texture to it, a grilled steak, grilled salmon, something like that. Beautiful side dish, but if you stay tuned, I'm going to take this and use it as a centerpiece for an amazing first course. So I really like to use this as actually a component in a dish, which you're going to see very soon. Go to the site, get all the ingredients, and as always, enjoy.